What's up, everybody? I'm Tyrik Wynn, and this is Tyrik On The Move. Hey everybody, and welcome to a magnificent episode of Tyrik On The Move. I'm your host, Tyrik Wynn, and man, you are in for a treat for this episode. We have some amazing things to talk about, and we have some amazing interviews coming up in this great episode of Tyrik On The Move. Well, as you all know, we are back to regularly scheduled production. As some of you know, on television, we have been doing Tyrik On The Move's quarantine specials, and those have moved strictly to Instagram Live only, so lots of you enjoyed Tyrik On The Move's quarantine special. So glad you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you check them out on my Instagram page, TyrikWynn_TV. You can find live videos of Tyrik On The Move's quarantine specials. I will always post a flyer when we are doing a quarantine special so you all can stay up to date on what we got going on. And we've had some amazing guests, so make sure you stay tuned in for that because you never know who you might see or when it will happen. So make sure you stay tuned for those quarantine specials. Now, as I said, we're back in regular production and we have some amazing celebrity interviews coming up for the rest of the season of Tyrik On The Move. As you know, we are near to the end of this season, season 4 of Tyrik On The Move, and it's been a great season. Haven't came up with those season finale party plans yet, but you know, it most likely might be a Zoom party. I'm not sure. We may do a party, we may not. We may just wait. We're still deciding what we're gonna do. Last time we had it at Pinstripes Bowling. We all bowled. We had a great time. So we definitely want to make sure that we plan something very nice for the big fans of Tyrik On The Move. Now let's go ahead and acknowledge our sponsor for today. It's the best of Clayton County. When you purchase a VIP membership, you purchase added value, savings, and perks while supporting local business owners in your Clayton County community. Make sure you like their Facebook page at the best of Clayton County. Now it's time to get into What's Sizzilin. Today's What's Sizzilin topic, the first topic is the fact that Governor Brian Kemp, governor of Georgia, allowing some businesses to open this past Friday. Those businesses include barbershops, tattoo parlors, salons, and bowling alleys, and more businesses. I had a chance to speak to some of those businesses on Tyrik On The Move's quarantine specials, but personally, I don't agree with this, actually. You know, there's still lots of confirmed cases out there. It is just not a safe environment to do so. I 100% applaud those businesses who are allowed to open, that the fact that they're still closing their doors, they're still taking safety precautions. Definitely applaud you all. You all are doing the very right thing, so kudos to you all. And hey, just continue to follow the guidelines and make sure you're practicing social distancing, and then feel free to open when it is safe to do so. Next topic is President Trump not agreeing with Governor Kemp. This is something that, you know, I thought they was buddies, you know. I mean, I thought they always see eye to eye, but apparently not in this situation. So, and you know, the president, he went ahead and did a press conference saying it live that he did not agree with the governor, told the governor specifically, do what is right for Georgians, do what is right for the citizens of Georgia, and he felt that he was not doing it, and he is putting Georgians at risk. So, talk about that. And then, of course, the biggest thing that's been trending on social media right now is the president saying, inject yourself with disinfectant. I mean, talk about something that's just absolutely dangerous. Please, please, please don't do that. I can't stress that to you enough. Do not inject yourself with disinfectant. It will not work, and it can kill you. It can cause death. So please, please, please do not do that. You know, other public figures, we are coming together. We are making sure we get the word out to everybody. Please do not inject yourself with disinfectant. Just don't do it. Please don't. All right, now it's time to get into our big celebrity interview. This past week, I had a chance to sit down with the one and only Mr. Mike Hill. And you may have seen him. He's had plenty of great positions at many sports stations, Fox Sports, ESPN, and also he has his own talk show called The Mike and Donny Show, which is on streaming platform Fox Soul. It is an amazing episode, amazing show. I had a chance to see some of his great content, so you all definitely want to make sure you tune into the Mike and Donny Show. And he also has a brand new book coming out called Open Mic. We sat down with Mr. Mike Hill in a great, amazing interview. Take a look. Hey everybody, and welcome back. We are Skyping with the one and only Mr. Mike Hill, a talk show host, a broadcaster, author, and also seen in The Real Housewives of Atlanta. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. What about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. When I heard all these great things about you, I said, you know what, I definitely had to get you on the show because I just knew. I was like, we're interested in the same stuff. You do broadcasting, I do broadcasting, and this is something that I'm interested in, so I just knew that you would be a great fit for the broadcast.
Well, thanks for having me on, man. It's a pleasure to have to be on your show, man. Thank you for thinking about me, and whoever was saying really nice things about me, I appreciate them as well.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. So yeah, you are definitely one of a kind to come on. So tell me, you began your broadcasting career in Maryland, so how did that come about?
The day I got out of the military, I was in the military for 6 years in the United States Air Force, and the day that I got my discharge from the military, it just kind of worked out for me. 2 hours after I said goodbye to my first sergeant, who asked me what I was going to do, I told him I was going to pursue a career in broadcasting. He told me good luck. I went back to a friend of mine's house who I was staying with because all of my stuff had already been packed up, and I really didn't have any plans in any kind of job. I was thinking I was going to go maybe live with my brother in Virginia for a while, and while I was trying to hold on to some of my savings. But luckily for me, 2 hours after I got discharged from the military, it just worked out for me that God was looking out, that I got a call from a place, WHAG-TV in Maryland, the NBC affiliate, and asked me if I wanted a job. And of course, I jumped on it, and that's the way it got started. And that was, 25 years ago. So it's been a journey.
Wow, that's awesome. You've been in the game a long time. You're a vet.
That's what they call me. I'm a vet. I've definitely been around. I got some skin in the game, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing they say about good vets, they get Emmy awards, and you got 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be a part of a broadcast team that did good high school football coverage when I was in Nashville. So I got 2 Emmy Awards while I was down there for high school football down in Nashville, Tennessee, which is always something huge, of course, when you're in the South. You got to be able to cover high school football. And we had really good coverage going up in those helicopters, I guess, some of those nights on Friday nights where I was scared to death and basically thinking that might be my last ride in anything, man. I guess it was worth it to get those Emmy Awards. So it was good to have on that resume.
Yeah, definitely. That's huge, and that's on my radar, too. And, hey, I'm going for it.
Yeah, you'll get it, man. You'll get it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, and then, from there, you had more opportunities landing a hosting job at Fox Sports Net in New York. How did you land that opportunity?
Well, just like in any opportunity, man, it's the journey. Like what I didn't say was when I was in the military, I sent out 75 tapes, right, when I was in the military looking for a job. And I got 73 rejection letters, and I got 2 callbacks. And 2 callbacks I had, one of them basically told me how bad my tape was. He was giving me a critique.
Yeah.
And the next one was somebody that actually hired me at WHAG TV in Hagerstown. So when I always tell people, you can hear a million no's, and it takes the one right yes that's going to set you off. So that set my career off. But once you got into the business and you started developing the career, you got things on your resume, it's easier because you got experience. In the beginning, it's hard because you're always saying, looking for somebody with experience. Well, how can you get experience if you can't get it in a smaller market? So once I got the experience in a smaller market, I moved up from Hagerstown after 6 months. I sent out 4 tapes, got 2 callbacks. One in Detroit, wasn't ready for Detroit. Went to Fresno. Then went to Fresno. Spent 2 years there. Then I went to Nashville. Spent 3 years there in Nashville. Great time there. And just moved on, man, and got to New York and within 5 years. So, it was a journey, process, but it was all worth it, man. I put in the hard work and the grind and the sweat equity that it took to get there, man. And, I wouldn't change it for anything. But still, ups and downs, highs and lows as you continue to go through this 25-year process.
Wow, yeah, that is something. And then I'm glad you said that, talking about the rejection part, because that's something that a lot of people who are getting ready to go into the real world and go into the industry, like, transitioning out of college. Like, I've had somebody else that I interviewed who said they sent out 400 and got all 400 no's. So, like, it's hard sometimes.
It is. It's hard, man. It still is. Even to this day. And then skiing for 25 years, and people will look at my resume and say, "Oh man, he's successful. He does this. He's been on ESPN. He was at ESPN for 9 years. And he's been at Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports for the last 7. I've been at a network, and I've been blessed. Don't get me wrong, to be at a network or a top 10 market for 20 of my 25 years, which is rare and it's great. And I thank God for it every single day. But within that journey, there have been highs and lows, ups and downs, and a lot of things that I was up for that I didn't get, a lot of opportunities that I, wanted to grab that wasn't right for me at that particular time, man. But, I just, kept my head on straight. I stayed patient as much as I could. I had to learn that along the way. And that's one of the advice I always try to give. Some of my advice I always try to give kids is trying to stay as patient as possible and know that your time will come. Just continue to work hard and continue to put in the work that you need and the time that you need to put in order for somebody to give you that opportunity. And once again, you can hear all these no's you want to, but it takes that one right yes. And I keep saying a one right yes because you can hear a lot of yeses. And a lot of times the yeses aren't for you as well. So you just got to listen for that one right yes. That's going to change your life.
Wow. I appreciate that inspiration. I've been inspired. Most definitely.
Good,
yeah. So tell me, in 2004, you went to ESPN. Talk about that experience. And then, Fox, like being on these big networks, like at first you were local, then you got time to shine on these national networks. Like, what is it like being on national TV when you got millions of people watching you?
It's a little bit more pressure. You can't make mistakes, man. That's why they always tell you, like, don't start off in the big major markets, man, because you want to make your mistakes in the smaller markets like the Hagerstown, like the Fresnos of the world, man, so you can kind of get your skin, kind of, go through the wars or the little battles that you have to go through in order for you to get the experience needed so that you can look seasoned once you get on the air. A lot of times people get to ESPN and they're not ready. A lot of times people get to the national network and they're not ready. When I first got to ESPN, I think I've been in the game for about 5 years. And really, what's crazy about that, I never really wanted to go to ESPN. A lot of people don't know that. But I went through a lot of difficulties in the local market. I got fired right before ESPN. My job right before ESPN, I got fired when I was out of work. And I just happened to get a job after being out of work for like 15, 16 months. So that was a blessing in itself. But once I got there, what I had to learn is to continue to humble myself. Because even if you get to a network, it doesn't necessarily mean you made it. Even once you've been at a network and you've been there for a long period of time, you still haven't made it. You got to stay there in order to make it and continue to make something of yourself and continue to expand your horizons and continue to make yourself as versatile as possible. One of the things that people always talk about when they look at my resume, and they always say, hey, the first thing that pops up I put there is a versatile. Make sure that you're versatile. You can be on air, but do stuff behind the scenes as well. Do write, edit, do as much as you possibly can. So being on a network and being in front of millions of people, it's nice, it's great. And while I was at ESPN, a lot of people got a chance to know who I was, and I gained a name for myself, man. But there's also that pressure of just making sure that while these people are watching you, that you're always prepared and making sure that you're doing a good job. One of my favorite quotes is, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. That's by John Wood. And if you're on television, you're seen by these millions of people, if you're not ready and you're on there, you're looking green and you're not prepared and you don't know the topic or whatever, you don't know the subject or whatever, you're going to look kind of ridiculous and you don't want to do that. So luckily for me, I've been able to survive and been more prepared than not.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because having the knowledge in the field or the subject the subject that you're going to be talking about on air is very vital. You have to know what you're talking about, because if you don't, you may slip up and say the wrong thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's happened. That's happened before. That's plenty. I mean, people always ask me if I get nervous when I'm on television.
Mm-hmm.
And, there are times. I mean, but you got to be able to use your nervous energy to your advantage. A lot of times when you have that nerves, and take those deep breaths and kind of calm yourself down. Try not to speak too quickly and speak too fast, because I don't care how good you are, how much knowledge you have. If you're speaking too quickly, people can't understand what you're saying. So you got to be able to calm those nerves down, man. But but the only time I'm really nervous is when something happens, it breaks, and I don't have the material I need, and it's like I'm not prepared. Great story yesterday, as a matter of fact. I'm a TV talk show host on Fox Soul on this network now, a streaming network now, talk show, and I do my own show, Mike and Donny Show. But the host before me on his show, he got sick, and they called me 30 minutes before his show and asked me to fill in last night.
Wow.
And he had 2 interviews with 2 people, and like he has an hour show, no commercials, no interruptions. You just got to go on there and you got to just gab for an hour. Pretty much, they got a little bit of a script, but I don't have a prompter. I don't have anything. I mean, it's like I had a couple of questions that were prepared for me, but at the same time, I had 30 minutes to prepare for a show. And for 2 people I had never really spoken to or known much about ever in my life. So I jumped on it, did it, got as much as I could, did a little, the greatest invention on earth is Google.
Yeah.
Did a couple of things and got a little research and got a little preparation. But then once I got into the interview, I started feeling more comfortable because I was talking to the people and I was getting bits and pieces and nuggets from those people so that I can continue to expand the interview to my liking as well. So it worked. But I was a little nervous going into that last time.
Yeah, definitely. And then that just goes to show you that, the viewers out there, that you always have to be prepared. No matter what comes, no matter what happens, you got to be prepared within this industry. So definitely appreciate you sharing that. And then you did mention your talk show. I was actually just getting ready to get to that. So talk about your talk show, Mike and Donny. I actually had a chance to, before we got on, I had a chance to watch your interview with Jamel Hill. And it's crazy because she actually just came to Georgia State before they shut down the school and stuff. So I was like, oh, well, she just came to Georgia State and I had a chance to meet her too. So talk about that talk show, Mike and Donny.
Shout out to Georgia State, by the way. My nephew goes to Georgia State. He's a freshman there.
Okay, cool.
I'll shout out to Georgia. My niece graduated from Georgia State as well, Lane. So all good. Jamel, I've been doing the Mike and Donny show since October of last year. It's been a dream come true to actually have my own talk show with my name on it and whatnot. And we have barbershop talk. It's real, it's relevant, it's raw. It's uncut, it's unfiltered. A lot of it is really unscripted. So it's almost like our show is different from the other shows that are on Fox Soul right now because it's man talk. It's like we're in a man cave pretty much, and we have guests that come in there, and so we talk about issues that are involving men. We talk about hot topics or whatever. We get a little deep sometimes, but most of the time I try and get it deep or try and take the conversation deep. But we also have some of that slapstick kind of college humor that kind of goes on or whatever, and just kind of get in depth. So we want to be informative, but we also want to entertain as well. And it's not for everybody, I got to admit, but we try and do our best to entertain without offending, to be honest with you. But it's a little bit more of myself, a little bit more who I truly am, because for so many years, people have seen me on television on ESPN and Fox, and you've seen one side of me, and I hadn't been able to allow this side to come out. But being on the Mike and Donny show allows me to be who I truly am. So I'm having a good time, having a lot of fun. I'm blessed to have it.
That's great. So how did you and Donny, how did you guys meet?
Man, that's crazy because, here I am. They call me versatile, and you call me the veteran broadcaster. I've been doing this for 25 years now. He's never done television a day in his life.
Wow.
So yeah, and but he was good friends with one of the executive producers of the show, and he used to be on this reality show. And he's a former record executive and street guy, admittedly. And they wanted to try and create this yin and yang type of persona on television, where it was almost like the odd couple and whatnot. So even though I got a little bit of street in me, I'm not that street. You know what I mean? It's like still this polished guy that's kind of buttoned up, kind of nerdy a little bit, maybe a little corny here and there, but he's this street raw, rough guy and whatnot. And we just kind of meet in the middle and form this bond, and it's been working lately. You know, in the beginning, it was kind of trying to work out the rough edges and trying to figure him out. He was trying to figure me out, but lately, man, things have been going great. So I'm just grateful and blessed to have him on the team, and just pray that it continues to take off.
Wow, that is awesome. Wow, I love that. So talk about your book. You said that you have a book coming out, so tell everybody a little bit about it.
It's called Open Mic, man. It's my memoir. It's my journey. It's the things that I've gone through in my life, not just from a professional standpoint, but from a personal standpoint. I call it Open Mic because I'm being open, being revealed. You know how it is as a broadcaster when you say things around an open mic, you got to be careful. But this time, I'm going to keep it wide open. I'm revealing myself and exposing everything that's happened in my life, including, you know, what happened in my marriages. I mean, a lot of people, you know, look at me as this great guy that's with Cynthia now, and oh, he's such a great guy, good guy. It hasn't always been like that. I went through some rough patches and some things I had to learn how to grow up and become a man. Even being a better father, I wasn't always a really good father. I've always tried to be there for my kids, but never a really good father all my entire life. My professional world, the things I went through, the reasons why I got fired, the issues I had and whatnot, and just trying to navigate the ups and downs of this career. And then, you know, personal life, man, seeing my mom grow up, seeing domestic violence firsthand, you know, my biological father not being in my life, my stepfather being a hitman, and he spent the last 9 years of his life in prison for murder for hire, man. So there was a lot of traumas that I went through that I didn't even realize I was going through until I actually started writing a book that actually kept me from getting to the places that I needed to get to in my life and receiving the blessings that I was supposed to receive because I had those blocks. So when I wrote that book, I kind of put a lot of that to the side. So I want to do it for the people that, especially in our culture, mental health awareness, and let people know that, hey, you know what? We all go through some things, but we got to find some form of therapy to get this stuff off my chest, and open mics to my therapy.
Wow, yeah, and it takes somebody real to be able to share that kind of stuff, so that's great. So when it comes out, when is the release date, and where can people get it?
It's supposed to be coming out sometime in May, but I will let you know it's the first time I'm telling you on Tuesday, the book release, the cover of the book will be released on Tuesday on social media. We're going to do like this big event, but obviously we can't do it now because of the COVID-19 situation, but on Tuesday, that's going to be the cover release. I'm going to put then in May, and right after that, we're going to start the pre-sales, and then in May, that's when the book will be out.
Okay, sounds good. Definitely looking forward to that. And then we're going to go ahead and close it out. But I wanted to ask you, what is your experience been like being on The Housewives?
Yeah. You know, it is what it is, man. It's like, you know, I'm there for Cynthia. You know, it's not my show, it's her show. Yeah. I'm just here to be a supporting cast, to support her on and off camera. You know, they got to show her life, so I'm part of her life, so I'm just happy to be there. I just stay out of the women's business and just give her the support I can whenever I can, you know, and just make sure that, you know, she's taken care of. She's my queen, so I got to make sure that, you know, she's my housewife, and she's my wife, and she's my baby. So I look out for her, so whatever she needs, I'm there for her. But it's been an okay experience out there. The women have treated me well so far, so I'm good.
That's great. Oh yeah, and before we go, speaking of Cynthia, Miss Bailey, you guys have been doing the Instagram Live where y'all are setting up people and stuff. So talk about that. What y'all have been doing?
Yeah, we've been doing this thing called the hookup. We you know, we met on a dating show, on the Steve Harvey's dating show. I mean, so it's like a kind of unconventional way to meet people sometimes, but it worked out for us and become this, you know, celebrity couple, so to speak. And you know, of course, we're getting married, plan to get married in October, depending on how this whole situation goes. So people always ask, like, hey, man, can y'all hook us up? So we developed a dating show, and we've been pitching it right before all this stuff happened or whatever. We had a development deal. And still do, and so we decided, okay, instead of like putting all that stuff on hold, let's go ahead and just do something online like everybody else is on Instagram Live. And so we decided to, you know, bring on some single people and see if people that were watching on live were eligible. And we've already hooked up a couple of people, so it's already been successful. So we're going to try and do that like once a week. I think we're going to try and do it again tomorrow, either Saturday, and it's been good and a lot of good feedback. So I appreciate it. So if you know, you're too young, but if you're 21 and over and you're single, man, then you're eligible to do that. So yeah, let us know if you know anybody.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, matchmaking. I love it. Well, thank you so much for taking time to come on my show. I really appreciate it, and I wish you and Ms. Bailey the best of luck in you guys' future endeavors. And oh yeah, one more question: are you going to be an NABJ?
If they have an NABJ,
yeah.
I plan to be. Yeah, if they have one, I know I've been keeping up with it or whatever, but if they have one and it's safe to go, then I plan on being there, and I look forward to meeting you on that. Really do.
Oh yeah, you as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you all, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Wow, talk about a great interview with Mr. Mike Hill. Thank you so much for taking time to come on Tyrik On The Move. I look up to you. You're a great individual, very inspiring, continuing to watch your content, and I just very inspired by some of your great work. As some of you heard, lastly, we were talking about the NABJ conference. Breaking news just into the Tyrik On The Move studio that the NABJ and NAHJ conference will not take place live in Washington, D.C. It will be held virtually online. So those of you who are planning to attend, those of you who are members of NABJ, you probably did receive that email and that unfortunate news. Very unfortunate. I was looking forward to doing student projects. I was actually had a chance to work in a real live newsroom while at the NABJ conference. So I was going to get a chance to, be on the news in Washington, D.C. and I was looking forward to that, but man, so it really sucks right now, but hopefully we can do something better in the future. Hopefully looking forward to next year's conference in the summer. So hey, I'll be there. Definitely looking forward to it. Thank you all so much for tuning in so far to this great episode of Tyrik On The Move. When we come back, we are going to be chatting with our on the grind person. Her name is Miss LaDonna Hampton. She is the author of Black Butterfly, Pushing Through Mental Struggles. She is a great author here in the Clayton County community, looking to get some amazing book sales. She just came out with her amazing book, so we're going to talk to her about her book and what's in it and how it can benefit you. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of On the Grind, and we are Skyping with Miss LaDonna Hampton. She is an author, a community advocate, reading literacy advocate, youth peer mentor, and so much more, and she is joining us via Skype. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was so glad when you reached out, wanting to come on the show for the On the Grind segment. We really appreciate it. And of course, when I heard you were an author, I was like, definitely she has to come on because I'm an author as well. And I like to bond with other authors. So I'm glad that you were able to come on and we can talk a little bit about your book.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your book. It's called Black Butterfly, Pushing Through Mental Struggles, correct?
My book was basically inspired by some things that I was going through, things that I'm kind of still going through now, and it's tailored towards the average person, the everyday woman, and it's basically how do we push through the mental struggles and chaos of the world and still accomplish our goals and our dreams. So that's what the book is about.
Great. Okay, awesome. And talk about, when I was reading your bio, I saw that you were here in Clayton County. I'm also here in Clayton County as well. And then I saw you graduated from Mondays Mill High. I actually graduated. Well, I didn't graduate, but I got out of the Clayton County school system after I left Mondays Mill Middle School. So, yeah. So look, there's a little small connection there.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I'm originally from Chicago, but my parents, when they moved down here, I started school in the Clayton County School District, and I graduated from Mondays Mill High School. So a part of my book, I actually have a son. He's a teen, as well. He's 14 and he was going to Clayton County Public School System, and he's now going to Carroll County school system to do high school. So I'm from Clayco.
Yes, Clayco strong. I feel you. So
Yep.
let's talk about some of your other work. You're a community advocate, reading literacy advocate, and youth peer mentor. Talk about the importance of reading as a young person.
We know in our community, well, I know in Clayton County, I work for the library system. Our students tend to struggle because it's a big county, and just the demographics, especially with Black kids, Black boys, especially what I know from my son and experience with him. It's just very important that we make sure that they're able to comprehend, that they're able to detect different words at a very early age. And if we catch that they're behind grade level, which most kids in this county is, we have to really, really be, all of us, from parents, teachers, if you live in the community, whatever you do, I don't care what you do, we have to always make sure that our kids is getting what they need. So if they're behind, we gotta, do whatever we can. So off of that, what I ended up doing was with my son. He actually was deficit in reading, and I didn't find it out until he got to about third or fourth grade. Thank God I was working for the library system, so I was able to get all the resources I needed as a parent, and get him back to grade level. And so that meant turning off the TV. That meant during the school week, no game. It's a lot of things as a parent that you have to do. Or, if you're a teacher or if you're somebody, a mentor or whatever, you need to make sure that we create discipline for them. So what I did after I got him where he needed to be, I started tutoring kids, other kids, my, relatives and neighborhood kids, and saying, hey, meet me at Barnes and Noble so we can do that. And I do it for a very low cost because we know tutors are very expensive. And so I said, where can I meet my people where they're at? Where can I meet the community exactly where they're at? So that's how I got started doing tutoring. And it's called Reading Development. You can follow me on IG. It is reading _development.
Yes, most definitely. Because, and even though we're all at home, lots of us are still busy and stuff. So, I think that'll be a great thing for, you to go ahead and create that online learning. And let's get back to your book. Tell people where they can go purchase this book and how they can support you and how they can follow you on social media.
Yes, so my book is on Amazon. I used Amazon as a platform, so you can go on Amazon and just type in Black Butterfly Pushing Through Mental Struggles. My name should come up, and also I'm on all social media. So if you go to LaDonna Hampton on Facebook and you reach out to me directly, I can get the book to you directly. And like I said, I published this book about a year ago, so I'm in the process of actually writing a new book now. And so hopefully that'll be out mid-June, and I'll have some different ways to go about getting both of those. But so Amazon right now, and just reach out to me directly on any social media that I may be a part of.
Once again, thank you so much for taking time to come on the grind segment. You all out there, the viewers, make sure you go purchase Miss LaDonna Hampton's book. It's called Black Butterfly Pushing Through Mental Struggles. It is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and hopefully will be soon available in the bookstore that I plan to connect you with as well. Thank you all so much for taking time to tune in to this segment of On the Grind, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much, Miss LaDonna Hampton, for taking time to be featured on The Grind. It was a great segment. On The Grind is a paid segment, so if you're a business owner, if you have a product, something you're selling, please let us know so we can feature you on the Grind segment here on Tyrik On The Move. Now it's time for Tyrik's Money Tips. Today's money tip is be creative at home. There are many ways to be creative at home. As you all know, right now, we're sitting at home during the coronavirus. We're in quarantine. But what are you doing with your time? Are you utilizing it good? What I've been stressing lately is this is the time to go ahead, write that book you've always wanted to write. Go ahead, start that business that you've always wanted to start. Go ahead and write that movie script, write that TV script you've always wanted to do. Just go ahead, start that TV show you've always wanted to start. There are so many opportunities that we have right now. This is almost kind of like a recession. Like the last recession, many millionaires came out of the recession. This one, lots of millionaires are going to come out of this one. Are you going to be one of those millionaires? Well, hey, only you can answer that question. So make sure that you are being creative at home and creating some great things. Now, and last but not least, I can't close out the show without giving you your encouraging words. Today's encouraging words comes out of John 10:10. And it reads as follows. It says, I am come that they might have life and they might have it more abundantly. And I read that verse because unfortunately right now, the coronavirus, the death toll continues to rise. But I'm here to tell you today that it is God's will for you to not die. It is God's will for you to have life and to have it abundantly. Meditate on your scriptures. Meditate in your Bible verse. Make sure you're looking at online services on church. I personally invite you to check out World Changers Church International online with Pastor Creflo Dollar. That's my pastor. I've been going there for over 10 years now, so I've been checking him out online, doing online services. So I personally invite you to my church and would love to see you tuning in live. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this great episode of Tyrik On The Move. And next week, we have another amazing celebrity interview. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you just have to stay tuned till next week. See you then.